Whoa! Wait a minute now. We're getting ahead of ourselves here. Let's go back to the beginning.
It began 9 years ago on the beach in San Francisco. We burned a man who was about 8 feet tall on an impulse one evening. It happened to be the solstice. It seemed like a good time to celebrate. He wasn't much bigger than us, but when we lit him up with gasoline, he incandesced like a sun brought down to earth. We were so impressed by it that without even conferring, we decided that we'd come back and do it again.
Larry Harvey is an artist and a sort of social engineer. You could call him the high priest of the Burning Man. Each year, the Black Rock Desert is transformed by his collaborators into a massive theatre of the absurd.
People live passively now as members of mass. Their experience is vicarious. They get it through the media as they sit in darkened rooms, isolated from one another.
Don't look at that.
We bring everybody together in a community that's created by its inhabitants. It's good to regard this as a model of the cultural process. The cultural process is breaking down all around us. Culture is disappearing faster than the redwoods and the whales, but no one's sounding the alarm yet.
So out here in the desert, Larry's trying to recreate culture. It's like a religion that you make up as you go along. A mock religion without doctrine or dogma. The one rule here is that you can't interfere with anyone's immediate experience.
Hail power to the west and the setting sun!
And at the centre, the transcendental man himself, signifying everything and nothing.
This is the next thing that San Francisco has given birth to. This is the postmodern San Francisco, where all the tribes from all the generations, from all the perspectives and all the times have come together. This is like the great eclectic event. This is what it is. It's Mad Max meets Zabriskie Point meets Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. I mean, it's all here, okay?
San Francisco-born Jim Monk has spent 8 years on an American odyssey, recording events like this for his mobile magazine.
This is the dream come to life. This is the illusion become reality. As Stanley Marsh III, the founder, the guy who created the Cadillac Ranch in the middle of Amarillo, Texas, burying Cadillacs in the soil, he's a true monk. He understands that the purpose of life is to bring illusion to life.
The camp was divided, logically enough, into heaven and hell, with angels and demons competing for lost souls.
That's right, this isn't tofu, this is raw meat here.
The meat eaters from hell were serious too about guns.
Let's say this is a Ruger called Old Army, which it is. It's not meant to replicate anything like a normal black powder, but it is a normal 44 Magnum high-powered pistol. But I have to grease this up because when it goes off, there's a lot of flame goes, and you don't want it somehow getting around the ball and setting off all of them, which happens sometimes. It gets very noisy and very surprising.
Retired pest exterminator Bill Smythe is known in hell as the father of devil spawn. His whole family are expert with guns and explosives.
And what we're going to do, we're going out the drive-by range, and what we have, it's a bit of euphemistic, we have all this problem in the United States, drive-by shootings. Well, maybe we should learn to adapt the urban environment by learning how to drive-by shoot.
We're going to stop, everybody will wait, and then if people want to do the drive-by shootings, we'll then do it. We'll have somebody on either side watching for cars coming, and if you're in a car and you see somebody go like this, don't shoot.
Bill's son Kim is famous here for his act as the incredible exploding man.
As funny as this is, it would really suck if somebody got injured. So, and these are like a lot of local people around here, and it's like we kind of maintain some sort of goodwill thing. So everybody have a good time.
So what do you got in there? Could you show us?
Oh, well, yeah, so I have my 8-iron, and then I have my Spas 12, which our president just banned, but I bought it years ago, so
you're okay?
I'm okay.
It's
So
just
come
a
on
big
by and have a
adventure.
margarita.
Yeah. And after you start thinking about it longer and longer, you start anticipating and getting excited about it. So,
You're also shooting, I take it.
yeah, this is my little gun.
Bill told me this is just a big slumber party for Boy Scouts from hell. But of course the Girl Guides are just as crazy. As for the godfather of this mad carnival, well, he's just too cool to raise an eyebrow.
We play a lot of jokes, a lot of pranks. We burlesque a lot of the creeds, beliefs, and opinions that divide us like walls back home where we live huddled together. Out here, those kinds of walls fall down.
Back in the relative calm of heaven, we located the mobile home of the monks. It's from here they produced their magazine.
It's done on the road. It's done here in the motorhome.
How'd you break your windshield?
Do you have a computer in there?
Yes, we have 2 computers.
People were really into it. Everyone thought, this is great, you're writing about the road. Everyone wants to travel, and no one has the time to really get out there and travel America.
The monks, Mike and Jim, transformed their letters home into a national magazine through what they call dashboard publishing.
Now we print 40,000 of these. We have 16,000 subscribers. We sell 20-some thousand on the newsstand.
You are extremely wealthy. That is definitely one thing.
Not.
No, actually, it has not changed us. And to tell you quite earnestly, I was just saying this yesterday, that if we were suddenly billionaires, if we were suddenly the Condé Nast empire of dashboard publishing, I still think I'd eat brown rice every day and I'd live on the road in this fashion.
Through the computers, they're now expanding their reach into the global internet. And here at the Burning Man, they plan to make history.
So what Mike and I are doing is from the middle of a desert, there's nothing, 50 miles in either direction here, okay? There's no cell phone that you can get here. The only way you can get this is through the satellite phones, okay? So for like $9 a minute, we are sending the event on digital video. We're videotaping it, and that is going onto the internet to people all over the world.
when it fell, seemed to unleash pyromania and other manias too numerous to mention. The drummers would continue until dawn. The desert tribes were preparing to burn the man, clad for his final appearance in a neon exoskeleton.
Functionally, de facto, it has all the elements of a religious experience. Everyone is united in contemplation of some great and larger thing that looms beyond them, that's greater than them, but to which they feel intimately connected. It's a recipe for culture. We just don't live in such a way that that process can go forward anymore, and we mean to prove that it's salvageable. Now we have a future.
If you're an earnest person into like personal transformation and you want to bury some of your personal demons, you know, hey, the burning man, you know, put your karmic trash in there, give it up to the man.
Whether they came for a religious experience, for personal transformation, for some fiery catharsis, or just for the party, they created here the spontaneous community and the unruliness that another generation found 25 years ago at Woodstock. But there was no nostalgia here. The Burning Man, beamed live onto computers in the global internet, is totally of the 90s. It's the America where anything can still happen.